The National Lottery Authority is said to be one of government institutions with a huge potential to generate revenue for the nation's consolidated fund. NLA is considered a non-tax revenue agency which depends on government facilities and assets like the ministries, departments and agencies, subvented organizations and quasi-corporations, and is accountable to the Ministry of Finance. But unlike the other agencies, NLA is said not to depend on the national budget. This law allows them to operate on their own and only deliver profit to government at the end of the year without any report whatsoever. The Ministry of Finance admits that its monitoring of NLA's activities only ends at the draw level. This limitation is allowing some irregularities and fraudulent activities to thrive beyond the draw stage without any notice by the Ministry of Finance and other stakeholders. Metro News investigations reveal that on Monday, 25th March 2013, at 2 p.m., the Kumasi main branch of the National Investment Bank, NIB, arrested a man who showed up to liquidate about 10 winning tickets, which amounted to about 350,000 Ghana cedis at a goal, holding fraudulent lottery coupons.
On further examination, he realized that there was something odd about the numbers on the tickets. All the tickets actually had the two sets of winning numbers, but then he noticed that the numbers were not the winning numbers that were announced by National Lotteries. So he insisted that the officers at National Lotteries came over to look at the tickets and validate them. Well, they said, well, since the serial numbers were correct and the system had accepted them, we should go ahead and pay. But then he insisted that until they came to validate it, he was not going to pay. And it happened that when they came, they realized that all the 10 tickets were actually forged tickets.
Our investigations reveal that the National Lottery Authority planned to cover up the incident due to the fact that the suspect pointed fingers at some NLA officers at the IT department as his accomplices. When I contacted one of the NLA officers who is alleged to have conspired with the suspect and is reported to have engaged in such fraudulent transactions for several times, he told me, quote, "You know, we have signed a confidential agreement not to talk on this matter, but I will find time and meet you," unquote. Investigations reveal that the alleged accomplice, who has worked at the IT department of NLA for about 3 years, is not the only officer who is taking advantage of the loose monitoring system of the NLA to drain the nation, as fingers are being pointed to several officers, high-ranking ones.
When we searched the gentleman further, we noticed that he had actually succeeded in cashing about 35,000 Ghana cedis worth of tickets from Unibank. And he also had tickets meant for another bank that he was going to cash in Kumasi. So, realizing the nature of the fraud, we handed him over to the police. The fact is that if you depend on just the serial numbers to pay out these monies, you might be doing the wrong thing, because this time they are able to forge a lot of these tickets. So you have to go beyond these numbers, do your own due diligence before you pay. That is where you can be doing the right.
The investigations also reveal that on daily basis, fraudsters in connivance with NLA officers visit different banks at different towns and regions to cash monies with fraudulent winning tickets without being caught.
This is the first time we have actually noticed this, but we have news that it's been happening at other banks. And so we've always been on our feet looking out for this type of thing. And this time we got them.
In 2011, NLA was given a projected revenue target of 40 million Ghana cedis, but by the end of September that year, it was only able to achieve 10% of that target and turned only 4 million Ghana cedis into the consolidated fund. Hence, in 2012, the authority's target was revised to 15 million Ghana cedis. The Ministry of Finance concedes it has been negligent in monitoring the activities of NLA beyond the draw stage.
So we revised the target downwards to 15 million in view of the explanation that was given, and even that they couldn't do anything. So between October to December, no other lodgement was made from NLA. The same reason. What? So the same reason that they were automating, they had made a lot of losses. And
surprisingly, the Ministry of Finance does not even know how much is staked and how much money is disbursed for winning coupons.
We should be able to give an estimated amount of money we should be expecting from lotteries at any point in time, not just at the end of the year or not just at every quarter. We should be able to, we should have a handle on how much is the earning, how much is the expenditures, how much are they paying out to winners, and how much is the surplus, and how should the surplus be split for their operational purposes, and then the one that is meant for the consolidated fund. So to be frank with you, our work, we still have a lot to do.
Metro News deep throat sources at the NLA say the NIB incident is not isolated and that the fraudulent manipulation of the system to loot monies has been going on for a long time. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Finance, which is obviously shocked by the development at the NLA, says from now their responsibilities towards monitoring NLA is going to be toughened.
The non-tax revenue unit that is in charge of non-tax revenue mobilization in Ghana should be given the adequate capacity to go beyond draw, so that at least we should engage the Directorate of Finance at the National Lottery Authority more frequently, so that at least at the end of every week we should know how much stake per day was and how much winning there was.
All officials at the NLA have been tight-lipped on the matter, but have so far confirmed the story to the non-tax revenue unit of the Ministry of Finance. Unless the Ministry of Finance, Ghana Revenue Authority, and other anti-corruption agencies begin to question the revenue mobilization processes in Ghana to protect the nation's purse, leakages such as these will continue to drain Ghana's domestic revenue. Samuel Ajman, Metro TV News, Accra.